The Pledge of Allegiance with me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we will start with our consent agenda. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the consent agenda as presented, including approval of minutes of the regular Board of Education meeting on November 10th, 2025, approval of the proposed accounts for payment, approval of budgetary receipts and expenditures for November 2025, approval of option students, approval of the resignation of Dennis Dodge, High School Special Education, and excuse the absence of Aaron Hamilton.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Jason, do you have a treasurer's report?
I do. So expenditures for the month of November, payroll was $2,028,526. Bills $585,313. That brought total expenditures in the general fund to $2,613,839. Revenue was a lean $500,656. So in analyzing the budget after the first 3 months, we have spent 24.64% of our budget authority, or used 24.64% of our budget authority. Staying on that track for the next 9 months means we'll expend right at 98.56% of our budget. And the only reason I tell you this at this time is that's a little tighter than the budget has been in the past, and a lot of that is because of the revenue caps that are in place in the state. So just wanted to bring that to your attention, and we'll keep you posted, but we're on track.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Are there any items that the board would like to pull off for further discussion? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. All right, next up, outstanding recognition. We will start with Employee of the Month. Mr. Hickey, I was not sure who was going to.
All right. So I told a little white lie. Laura, you got to come up here. Come on. All right. So we told a white lie. This is Laura Purdy. She's our 6th grade resource para at the middle school. That we are going to be talking about language live. So just for your guys' purposes, it's a curriculum that we did put in for our 6th graders that are more than 2 grade levels behind in reading, to try to intervene as much as we can as we prepare them for high school. So you don't have to talk at all about that. Robin Sugden is our 6th grade resource teacher that works with Laura every day. But I'm going to read a little bit about you, and then we'll move forward with this nomination. So congratulations to Beatrice Middle School paraeducator, Mrs. Laura Purdy, who's been selected as the December Employee of the Month. Mrs. Purdy's dedication to our students is truly outstanding and tireless. As a paraeducator at the middle school, she is a constant positive presence who is deeply involved in the daily instructional lives to her students. Whether she is providing individualized support during instructional activities, assisting with classroom assessments to ensure every student has a fair chance to demonstrate their learning, or patiently helping them build crucial organizational skills, she is always working with purpose. Mrs. Purdy approaches every interaction with a tireless work ethic, and notably always with a smile. This demeanor fosters a deeply positive learning environment. Students not only enjoy working with Ms. Purdy, but they also respect her greatly, which in turn motivates them to work hard for her. They consistently seek out her assistance because they understand that she genuinely cares about their well-being and is fully invested in helping them achieve their personal best. Mrs. Purdy's positive influence extends beyond her work with students. Her colleagues also greatly enjoy working alongside her. She is constantly looking for ways to help fellow staff members, offering her support and assistance readily and cheerfully. This spirit of collaboration is invaluable to our building's success. Along with her dedication to students and staff, Mrs. Purdy possesses a great heart and takes immense pride in the success of the building and the district as a whole. Her commitment ensures that not only students are doing the best, but her teachers are effective in the classroom, strengthening the entire educational framework. Thank you for all you do at BMS. Congratulations on being the December Employee of the Month.
Thank you.
Laura, I also have.
Oh, gosh, thank you. Wow. It was just to come forward. So thank you, wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll go get a picture of you.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you got me. Don't be mad.
Oh, you're not gonna believe anything she said.
No, I won't.
All right, congratulations, Laura, again.
Thank you.
Next up is our business friend of the month, Mr. Alexander.
Okay, the last few months, we haven't had a business friend of the month just because we've been through a lot of businesses in our community. Always so appreciative of the businesses that have helped us out. We thought this month it was time to honor one that has risen to the forefront in just this past year, specifically last spring and then again this fall. So, been working closely with Mr. Husa, who's here tonight. Our business friend could not be here, so I'll just read a quick summation of why they were nominated and what we're appreciative of this business for, and then we'll make hopefully we can set up a time frame to get a picture taken with them and put that on our website. But Landmark Implement of Beatrice is our business friend of the month. They played a key role in the success of our FFA corn plot this year, providing support during both planting and harvest that gave our students an authentic look into the modern crop production. They brought equipment, they helped line up the harvest, they helped line up the planting, so their team not only supplied equipment and expertise, but also took the time to guide students through each step, offering hands-on experiences with field preparation, planter technology, and harvest data collection. This partnership allowed students to apply classroom learning in a real agricultural setting and gain a deeper understanding of the industry. And through the entire process, Landmark consistently demonstrated their commitment to supporting Beatrice Public Schools, making the project both educational and impactful for everyone involved. And so, and Mr. Husa, obviously being here as Ag FFA instructor and supervisor, appreciate the work that he put into all that, getting all that done for our students this year. It was a neat thing to see it go from beginning to end, and without the help from Landmark and the community, it wouldn't happen. So we do appreciate that greatly. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. All right, next up, information. And we will start with the student update. Brooke.
In the preschool, they hosted Breakfast with Santa on the 5th, and at the elementary, they are busy doing mid-year testing, and they are super excited to see how much the students have learned. Beatrice Middle School students have been working hard the last couple of weeks before break. They are finishing up MAPS testing this week and will spend the next week finishing up unit tests and completing all necessary assignments before the semester's end. BMS boys basketball and girls wrestling seasons are winding down. Both teams have been very competitive with strong participation numbers. BMS raised over $1,000 for Gage County Christmas wish list, along with hundreds of food items for our local pantry and the BMS Mini Mart. The funds will go to purchase Christmas presents for those in need. At the high school, juniors were recognized as the November Blitz winners, so they will get off-campus privileges every Freedom Friday of December. Winter MAPS testing is currently taking place for students in grades 9 through 11, and finals week is approaching as the semester comes to an end. Winter activity and athletic seasons have officially begun, and the winter tip-off and competitions are now underway for basketball, wrestling, and swim and diving. One act competed in districts on Saturday, however, they did not advance to the state competition.
All right, thank you, Brooke. Next up, board reports. We will start with the stance report, if there is one.
Yes, so our first meeting was November 10th, I believe, and at that meeting we had an update from Dr. Delaney, NCSA CEO, director, and his team. And through that discussion, we learned about the SNAP benefit changes. We discussed 2 petition campaigns that will be talked about a lot. You'll hear more about that probably this fall. EPIC 2.0 and AFAN, and dangers of these 2 petitions. So I will send the information to you about those 2 things. We talked about the EHA renewal rates being 7.25%. That's information you knew already. And then possible 2026 legislative session topics. The actual stance agenda also included 2 schools that will be leaving stance, and that's Ashland Greenwood and South Sioux, and also 2 schools that will be joining stance. So all this kind of happened all at the same time, and that's Adams Central and Milford. So there was not enough people in attendance to actually have a quorum, so has not been voted on, but it will be in the next meeting coming up. Finally, in the stance meeting, we also received an update from Dr. John Schwartz, Superintendent at Millard, and Dr. Aaron Plaw, Superintendent at Bennington, that are the 2 superintendents that are on the School Financing Review Commission. And so they gave us an update as to the meetings that have been held with the panel that is currently reviewing the TIOSA formula. So that was good information as well. Next meeting is December 10th, this Thursday. And we will be meeting with Senators Hughes, Dorn, and Brandt in Lincoln after the Legislative Issues Conference by NCSA.
Okay, thank you. Next up, Negotiations Committee update, and I will give that. The Negotiations Committee met on Monday, November 24th with the BEA contingents, and BEA presented the board with their first offer to consider, and we have not met since, and we will be working to work through those numbers, and we will come back and have a discussion hopefully here in the near future. And next up, Staff Relations Committee. Eric.
Thank you, and good evening. On November 13th at 11:45 in the morning, Charles and I met at the middle school. We were greeted by Mr. Stingle. Mr. Hakey was out of the office that day. It was such a pleasure to meet with Mr. Stingle. He's a good man and a great leader for Beatrice Public Schools. He took us on a guided tour to the Family and Consumer Sciences room where Miss Martin showed us the upgrades that the class had had with the brand new refrigerator with the see-through glass. Now, you have to clean because it's a see-through glass, so you can't hide the mess behind it, and the students are great at that. But it was nice to see where the money goes. It's well spent and deserving for this great class at the middle school. We were then led to the next room where they have these new state-of-the-art sewing machines for the sewing class. Miss Martin told us about a special project that her class had done for the kindergarten students. The kindergarten students were given a template of a monster and asked to color it and design it. So they did, and each of the middle school students made a pillow based on the color template. It is amazing how great these pillows turned out and how creative Miss Martin's class was with some of the coloring jobs. I mean, they're kindergartners, so they did the best they could, bless their hearts. But it's amazing how they were able to improvise and create such a great final piece for the little ones. And seeing the pictures of the kindergarten students smiling while getting their pillows presented to them by the class was priceless. What a great project and very creative. Mr. Stingle then led us down the hallway to Miss Williams' art room, where she showed us some beautiful clay works that the students were working on. And I got to tell you, the pottery class is killing it.
No.
Get that, Doris?
Pottery class is killing it.
They're killing it. Miss Williams is doing a great job with the art room. It's beautiful. We got a lot of great things going on there in the art department and in the family and consumer science classes. It was awesome to see it up close. Thank you, Mr. Stingle. I was very disappointed to hear how much it leaks down there in that art room every single time it rains. Many ceiling tiles needed replaced. You could see stains where water was literally running into the art room every time it rains. Our kids and our teachers definitely deserve better, but we do the best we can with what we have, and our teachers are doing an amazing job regardless of the quality of the building. After the tour, we were led to the teachers' break room where we sat down, and I had Chuck, he actually went to Zoe's afterwards, lucky, but I had one of our amazing school lunches offered by our great kitchen staff, and I thought it was great. And I thought it was a chicken sandwich. I was later told by Mr. Stingle that it was pork. I couldn't tell. But regardless, it was great. And it was great to sit down with a few teachers. Mr. Carlson came in. He was telling us how great everything was going at the middle school and how optimistic he was with the negotiations. Our meeting then ended in the gymnasium, where we met with Mr. Knapp and Mr. Rickenberg with a discussion over their concerns about the air conditioning or lack thereof in our gym. And this is just my opinion, and I'll be honest with you, I've been kind of on the fence about this. My whole attitude has been kind of like, how have we made it this long without it, and can't we just suck it up, since they've done it in the past. But this is why we cannot go any longer without, and these gentlemen made it real clear to me and opened my eyes as to why we need air conditioning in the gymnasium. This gym is used every single day in the summertime. Every single day it's in use. In years past, it has not, but we are in a different culture now where there's always a practice, there's always a camp, there's always activities going on every single day. And when it's 100 degrees outside, it's just as bad inside in this gym. So they can't be going outside, they can't be going in a gym, so our children are at home when they need to be out of the house, they need to be active and off the Xbox and off the couch. Believe me, I know. And we can't have that when, according to the Wet Globe, it says it's too dangerous to be inside of that gym on a hot summer day. And I am so thankful that we have a community with a student body that is very active athletically, and that there is always something going on, and it's very hard to find an open gym in this town. So I think it's important that we consider taking action on this. This is just my opinion, but we can't stop our children from being active and then take away this tool that will help them and keep them active on a hot summer day. And I'm thankful for Mr. Knapp and Mr. Rickenberg for bringing this to the attention of the board. It was a great meeting overall, and thanks again to Mr. Stingel. This concludes this round of staff relations for this semester. I'm looking forward to possibly serving next year. I love seeing the inner workings of our schools and meeting with teachers. This is such a valuable committee. This ends my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rick. Next up, state conference. Chuck.
I went to the state conference. It was very good. I did not prepare a report.
that is all right.
The food was good too. Yeah, and in the last one, there's nothing against the school food. It's the carbs that were offered. I'd already made arrangements.
All right, we will move on to the public forum. Time for comments, and since I did not receive any requests for comment today, we'll go on to discussion. So first up is the second reading of Policy 3132, Internal Controls. Mr. Alexander.
Okay, so this policy, second reading, is just the NDE's federal desk audit review. Is now requiring every school district to add a travel section to their internal controls policy. We've talked about this a couple different times, so no need in spending a whole lot of time on it. The new requirement is evidently largely driven by the federal administration's focus on eliminating wasteful tax spending. So as a result, all schools across the state will need to update their internal controls policy to add this travel component.
Okay. Next up, first reading of Policy 3521, Business Operations.
This is a new update. We're talking about it for the first time tonight. We'll talk about it again in January, but this policy change is a recommendation is based on changes within and the elimination of the U.S. Department of Education that have occurred, and NDE taking more of an oversight position on the spending of federal grants. So as the Department of Education at the national level has been whittled away and is now kind of gone, the state facilities, the state education departments are now responsible for oversight of all of those federal grants that are out there. So as a result of that, there are some changes coming policy-wise, especially in the area of spending of federal grants and professional development. And we just had a federal grant review of one of our federal grants by the NDE, and they made the recommendation that we update this policy to reflect the changes within it.
Okay, thank you. And lastly, the 2024-25 audit report.
Okay, so I'm going to pass this document out to you. So this audit report comes via Dana F. Cole, our auditors that conduct our audit every year. Typically they come to give the audit presentation, but there was a conflict in schedule this year, so I said if we can work together, I can just present it. It was a great audit year for all practical purposes. It was a great fiscal year for all practical purposes for the school. So hitting the highlights, and I'm going to be brief and just hit the highlight highlights of the audit. It's in front of you, and also the briefing is in front of you as well. So on pages 1 through 3 in the second paragraph, it outlines that Dana F. Cole gives their opinion, and they say these financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the district. This is the highest, cleanest opinion we can give on a set of financial statements. So in regards to the audit itself, that's kind of the grade you get, is it's presented fairly in all material respects. It means everything passed cleanly the way that it should. On pages 4 through 6, you can see the statement of activities and net position total for the district of expenses and disbursements that are all listed in the first column and equal $32,383,603. So that is all funds that are represented by expenses and disbursements, and then you can also see revenue on those pages as well. You can see program receipts and then general receipts at total. And then at the end, you can see the net position at the beginning of the year, cash basis at the beginning of the year, and you can see the net position at the end of the year. So again, the net position is a good spot for us as to where we are right now. Pages 7 through 9 have the same information as pages 4 through 6. But they break down the amounts into each fund. So on pages 7 through 9, you can see each fund broken down into the general fund, the special building fund, then of course the education agencies in there, the SNEA, the other governmental funds, which are grant funds pretty much, reclassifications, and then total governmental funds at the end. So all of those are broke down. On page 22, you see the long-term debt note disclosure. One note about the long-term debt, that number on page 22 does not reflect the big payment we are making on our QC Puff this year that we just made. So that's actually, that $3.2 million in debt is actually reduced by about $1.9 million. So, and then you can see the debt that is there for the SNEA. Finally, on page 49, the schedule of findings and responses. The district had one finding, which was established internal control over financial statements preparation and review. This is the same finding from prior years and is basically saying that the district relies on the auditor to prepare the financial statements. And so they come in, we give them all of our information, and then they go through it and prepare this audit. And that's always going to be a finding that predominantly every school in the state has, unless they have a huge financial department within their school, or they outsource it to an auditor or to an accountant. So that finding is always going to be there. It was last year, it was the year before. It's always going to be there in the future as well. And then finally, the audit report does not include the schedule of federal expenditures due to the 2025 compliance supplement provided by the federal government not being finalized as of the date of the report. So the compliance supplement has recently been finalized, and they will be issuing the schedule of federal expenditures within the coming weeks. So that's what the auditors found within the audit. It was a great audit. They, again, I will say kudos to Jackie B and the financial team in the district to do a great job of making sure everything is ready for them and easy for them to get through when they come.
Perfect. Thank you, Jason. Any questions? All right, we'll move on to the action portion. First up is approval of superintendent contract. Can I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the superintendent contract with Jason Alexander.
We have a motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. Okay, so it's obviously time for a new 2-year contract with Jason with the superintendent contract. We did, kind of do an external review of the market, and within that, looking at a base compensation increase of 3% for this year. So that's what we're asking the board to approve this year for Jason, which actually will be a 2-year contract, which we will review compensation on a yearly basis. Any questions? Concerns? All
So
right.
what's the amount?
Base salary,
Yeah.
206.
Would that put him at the midpoint okay.
All right. Seeing no other comments, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. Contract is approved. Next up, approval of the 2024-25 audit. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the 2024-25 audit.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. Any further discussion around the audit report that Jason just gave us? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. All right, next up, approval to fill the board member vacancy. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 appoint Janet Byers to fill the current board member vacancy for the remaining 3-year term.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. Okay, so as we talked about at the last meeting when Marissa gave her resignation, we looked at kind of 2 options within this process. The first was to go back to the previous ballot, which there were no other citizens that put their name on the ballot. So then the second was, which we've done historically, at least prior to my time, is to look at former board members and ask if they were interested in filling the vacancy. I had reached out to Janet. She was definitely interested. Doris also reached out to Lisa Pieper and had a conversation with her. And I also had a conversation with Lisa. At this time, Lisa essentially chose that if Janet was interested, she would defer to Janet. So that's where we came down to Janet agreeing to fill Marissa's 3-year term. And that's where we're sitting right now. So any questions, comments around that process? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. All right, we will welcome Janet back at the January meeting, I assume, right, Jason?
That is correct.
Okay. Next up, administrator's report, superintendent report.
Okay, so in front of you also at your desk is an annual report that has been put together. That's a copy for you. At this point, we are not planning on dispersing those. We'll put it on our webpage, so it's available to the public. We could put a few copies in the offices at the different schools, but we just felt like it was more efficient to put it on the website where most people get everything anymore anyway, so as compared to make a bunch of paper copies and have it sent out that way. So that's kind of a reflection of last year's 24-25 school year. And there's some information in there that I think is hits some highlights. Of course, we can always look to put more in there in the future, but that's the annual report for 24-25. And typically we have to wait until this time when student results information is made public before we can do too much with that. So that's that. Before I say anything about upcoming election filing dates, I just wanted to say thank you in regards to the discussion held with previous board members, and I think it speaks highly of you as a board that both of those members were willing to come back and serve with you. I think that speaks tremendously highly of you as board members that they would be willing to do that. It speaks to their time on the board being positive and their experiences being one that they would be willing to come back. So thank you for that. With that said, just a reminder that the upcoming election filing dates are coming quickly upon us. January 5th is the first day that anyone can file for the 2026 ballot. February 17th is the last day for any current office holders to file, so we'll keep reminding you of that, but February 17th is your last day as a current office holder to file, and then March 2nd is the last day for non-office holders to file for the primary election, which is coming quickly. So with that said, today is my 55th birthday, and I get to spend it here with you tonight. So if you're wondering why there's cookies there, I was gonna bring a cake, but I thought that might be a little messy, so I brought cookies instead, and everybody has to take one on the way out. And appreciate all of you for everything that you do. And crazy enough, this will be our last board meeting of 2025, and before you know it, Christmas will be here, and I just want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and safe holiday season, and we'll see you back here in January.
All right, well, thank you, Jason, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, notification of next meeting. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education will be January 12th, 2026 at 6 p.m. in the Administration Building. There will not be a Committee of the Whole meeting in December. An agenda for the meeting, which shall be kept continually current, is readily available for public inspection at the Superintendent's office during normal business hours. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 adjourn.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. And your votes, please. And we are adjourned. Thank you.